She's like, we don't want this recorded. We almost had the receipts.
No. Off-camera discussion.
All right, folks, we are back. We are TreknoPod. We are the Enterprise Rewatch podcast, and this is our second attempt to record this episode. We've had some technical difficulties, but we're working through it. My name is Captain Schaff. I am 1/3 of the bridge crew. With me every week is Captain Vactor. How are you, sir?
I'm doing excellent. Can you hear me, Schaff? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah.
You're sitting right next to me in the captain's chair. Of course I can hear you. And then with me as well, with us, excuse me, is the wonderful Captain Linda Pages. How are you today?
I'm so good. How are you?
Doing great. Doing
You know
great.
what?
I have a question.
What? We might have to add hashtag Star Trek bully to my
yes.
title, unofficial title here.
Yeah, you know what? Before we even get into the episode, because we're going to be talking about acquisition, which is episode 19 of Enterprise. But before we get into that, there is some late breaking shiz going on in the Trek Talk world, and it seems like the only person who is safe from it is Captain Vactor, because Captain Linda is now the target of a AI slop artist.
You know what? At least the only thing I will say is that, well, I don't know. My friends were trying to figure out if that Klingon video he posted was supposed to be me or not. I don't think it is. But at least it seems like the content he's making is an AI of me, and your AI hater fan account is AI of you. And I think I stand by what I said on my TikTok account was I think that AI of real people should be illegal. It's just gross. It's just not what you expect from the Star Trek fandom when Star Trek preaches IDIC, infinite diversity and infinite combinations. I mean, you're watching a show about aliens who have learned to get along with each other and with humans on starships, and you think that this is a smart, a kind choice. So yeah, I'm basically to fill everyone in.
So like, let's take it back a little bit.
Yeah.
And give some context here, because for our listeners who aren't following on TikTok, they don't know what you're going through.
Yes.
And they probably don't really know what I've gone through either. But we'll allow for some time for this, because I think this is honestly insane that we're experiencing this right now. And I would love for it to be over with, but it seems like there's no end in sight. So Captain Linda most recently has been victim to some of this. So go ahead and share your experience.
Yeah, I had seen a Star Trek video on my free page from an account that I followed, and I opened the comments, and someone had posted this very graphic AI photo of like a Star Trek inspired, it was like AI Star Trek fetish photo basically. And I clicked on the account, and the entire account was just this like disgusting AI Star Trek fetish content, and I was really shocked to see that I had a lot of mutuals that were following this account. And I'm also kind of discussed this as well, but I had too many people who followed both me and this account to remove them as followers. But I did unfollow everyone that I followed who was following this account, because I just didn't want to be mutuals with anyone who was interested in this content. I am going to say, though, I made a TikTok that said, hey, I need more Star Trek mutuals, because I had to unfollow some of mine because they were following an account that makes Star Trek AI fetish content. And that's not my thing. I don't stand for that.
And real quick, just for our listeners, I don't mean to interrupt, but some of the things that I saw, obviously we had like scantily clad, like,
not even scantily clad, just like not clad.
Yeah. Like wearing next to nothing. Like making like Star Trek characters using AI that are like big chested, big booties, whatever. But also, and this is the part that like I think I felt was even worse than that, is they were taking images of existing Star Trek characters.
Yeah,
so like
from Starfleet Academy,
exactly,
which are again supposed to be 18 to 22-year-olds, which like my guess is this guy is not between the ages of 18 to 22. I'm just going to throw that out there as a probability. I mean, I don't know. You could be. You could be 10 for all I know. But certainly acting like a child, so I wouldn't be surprised. But
and so they're taking these characters and they're slimming them down, like
and making these like ridiculously over-sexualized, idealized versions of them. Not even ideal. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like this, like it's obviously a fantasy, and and that just really broke my heart because the show hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah.
And already like these actors, and then wanted to. So anyway, I made this TikTok that was like, hey, like I need more mutuals following this account. People asked who the account was, and I told them. In my mind, like if someone was like, oh, saw this Star Trek content creator who hates Tuvix and loves Janeway, and then they tagged me, I would be like, yeah, right? Like that is the content that I make. Like if you make content, you got to stand by and own the content that you make. And anyway, this account decided to post not one, not two, not three, but 4 videos. I don't think any account has ever posted 4 videos about me, so it's actually romantic. Taylor Swift reference. But yeah, 4 videos about how I'm a bully and I'm harassing them. I'd like to point out there has absolutely been no communication between us at all. Like everything that you've seen me post, that's everything that I've ever said to or about this person. So I'm not sure where the bullying or the harassment's coming in, since all I said was like, this is what this account does. I never told anyone to unfollow them. I just said, I just don't want to be part of it. But yeah, everything I said was true. I stand by it all. I'm not, I mean, I think it's funny that it was that easy to get to him. Also, I do want to just say something else because I think it's very relevant to just the Star Trek fandom in general. But this creator is doing all of this under the premise that there was an episode of The Next Generation that made all of Star Trek canon. So like all Star Trek fan fiction, because it's confirmed like several universes and made it all canon. To me, that means that there are Star Trek universes where certain characters didn't die, or certain characters did die, or certain characters are a couple and certain aren't. To me, that's a really beautiful way to tie in all of the fan fiction that Trekkies write and create, because we are so lucky that our fandom basically created the idea of fandom, right? Like the Star Trek fans back in the 60s were kind of responsible for fandom culture today. So I think that it's amazing that even today there are people who are writing Star Trek fan fiction and making Star Trek art, not AI, but actual artists making Star Trek art. I have Major Kira art on my wall from a Trekkie artist that I met at Star Trek Orlando. So I think that that's incredible that our fandom is still alive and making art inspired by Star Trek. To me, that does not include fetish content. It does not include this sexualized, and I'm not talking about like Enterprise.
No, yeah.
Not to throw any shade, but this, I mean, if you saw it, you know what I'm talking about. That's not what this is. This is not Star Trek. It does not represent the ideals of Star Trek or of the fandom. And I think it's disgusting to hide behind the guise of like, well, they said that all fan fiction is just fan fiction. They said all Star Trek is they said all fan fiction is Star Trek. No, it's not. So anyways, long and prosper.
So yeah, so that's been Linda's encounter with it. For me, it's been a lot more personal.
Yeah.
Because someone, and I wish I knew this person, but they're posing as a Star Trek fan using a data profile picture. And they have taken a picture of me from my personal TikTok account, because my profile picture was a picture of me with glasses on. And they have since used that in a series of AI slop videos, placing me in like depressing situations, like me sitting in a room where it looks like I'm a hoarder and I'm sitting by myself and I'm just like covered in my own filth. And the videos are like talking about how I'm single and a terrible dad, and that I love Star Trek and Legos, and I do things to my Legos that's like, I don't know. It's like ridiculous crap.
You got something to tell us, Shoff?
I know. I'll tell you what.
You do spend a lot of time building Legos. I'm just going to throw that out there. Like maybe there is something that we don't know about.
Have you ever stepped on a Lego? They don't feel so good. So tell you what. You try to stick your junk in there, it ain't going to feel good either.
Listen, I started reading fan fiction at a very young age. I'm going to tell you, there is something out there for everyone. Everyone has a thing. So I don't know. Maybe this
not
is
my thing. Building Lego is my thing. Using it for things late at night, not my thing. Yeah.
Maybe it's this guy's thing. You know what? I'm just gonna put out, I forget the name of the account. It doesn't really matter. But hey, it's okay. You can accept yourself for who you are. And if Legos are your thing, I'm sure that there is a YouTube tutorial out there somewhere, or a TikTok tutorial that will teach you the skills you will need with the Legos, so that you can be happy and less whatever the hell you are right now, because it's incredibly sad and very disturbing that you picked a random stranger on the internet with the same interests as you, because this all started when you were excited about the Star Trek Lego set.
That's all
And he
it
was
was.
like
It was
a
me
grown man,
posting.
by the way.
Yeah, I posted a video saying I was excited that I finally got the Lego set of my dreams, the Enterprise D, that I'd been waiting 30 plus years for this set because I'd been building it my own way as a kid since I, first started watching TNG as a kid. And now there's finally an official set for it. And I was so thrilled on Black Friday to have secured the pre-order for it, as well as the other gifts with purchase that came with it. And I was posting about it on my TikTok account that is for Star Trek content, mind you. And I've already seen a slew of success with Lego based Star Trek content. So I was like, this is the perfect thing to be sharing. And this person sounded off in my comments talking about me being a full grown man and still being into these toys. And I'm like, so I responded back saying, yes, I am a full grown man with a full grown bank account and I can choose to spend my money how I want to spend it. It's like, and I'm like, this is my fandom. Like, I'm supposed to be amongst like-minded people who aren't going to shame you or yuck your yum for.
My mom says it all the time. That's funny.
For just like, I'm being like held to the cross here, for liking Star Trek and Lego, and this person has now like taken it upon themselves to attack me and post a series. And I'm not kidding. Like, we're at like 5 or 6 videos now of me in various
and the
positions.
Account got banned, and then
and now it's back again.
It's back.
So just 2 days ago, there's new content, and it's either takes place. It's just crazy. So
it's just so sad. I was actually
stop it.
Yeah. It's really sad. I was and it's so easy to I mean, I certainly did. So like, I'm one to talk here, but it's so easy to respond because you're just like, oh, I'm right and you're wrong, and I'm gonna tell you why because you're a loser.
Yeah.
But I was talking to someone actually very connected to Star Trek, and he was giving me a lot of really good advice on kind of this like rise to popularity and how to deal with it, and especially things like this. And he said something that I haven't stopped thinking about. This was a couple months ago, and he was like, if you were to see any of these people in real life, you would laugh and realize that they just weren't worth your time talking to. Like, if you were watching them write these comments from their mom's basement in, clothes that haven't been washed for 2 weeks, like, you would not feel as compelled to speak with them because you would be like, this is not worth my time and it's not worth my energy. And I think that's such a good mentality to have, but it's so easy to take personally, and to, especially when it's about you, right? Like, when you're being called a bully, or when there's AI photos of you insinuating that you're a bad dad, it's just, again, this is all coming from the fact that you like Star Trek. Like,
right. Yeah.
That's where this is coming from. So I think that it's very easy to get sucked into it and to want to fix the narrative. It's very like,
I think, and for me especially, it's like it took the fun out of it for me, and I didn't post anything on TikTok for weeks because I just was like, what is the point? Like, they're just people out there that are just like, they're designed, they exist, and their sole purpose in life is to suck the fun for other people who are just trying to have a good time and not, like they've already survived bullying as kids, and now we're adults. We're just like living our lives. Like, I'm 42. Let me live my life the way I want to live my life. If I want to build a freaking Lego set,
you don't have to
on my free time, on the days that I'm not taking care of my children, that I do quite well because I am a really good dad. Like, it's like, and what I am glad about is that at least I am a great enough dad that I don't share pictures of my kids on social media because of this exact fucking thing.
Can you imagine?
If they had access to pictures of my kids and they were doing this of my kids, let me tell you the lengths that I would go to exact my revenge, because like nothing would hold me back to protect my kids. And so to protect them, I keep them off of social media. I've never shown their face on social media once, and I do not intend to until they are old enough to make the decision for themselves. And I stand by that. I think that was a high five.
It was a high five. Yes. I was not punching you in the face.
I was like, either she's focusing the camera or she's giving me a high five or she's punching me in the face.
No, it was a high five. Palm high five. Sorry.
But yeah, so like if I can say one thing about all of this, the moral is keep your kids off social media, because you don't know what random strangers are going to do with your image, and we don't need that happening to our children. It's bad enough it's happening to me. I don't want it to happen to anybody else, especially their kids. So keep your kids off of social media. That's all I got to say about it.
The thing I don't understand is the action that TikTok did not take when you said, hey, this is an impersonation, and TikTok, oh, no, it's not. And then there's no like,
TikTok is ridiculous. You just got me on my soapbox here for a second, but they let everything slide except the things that don't matter. Like I made a joke about it on TikTok the other day, but I have genuinely had posts removed. I had a post removed once because I used the hashtag Marcus the Worm. I'm so serious. It was like when Marcus the Worm was trending, and I made a TikTok that included something about Marcus the Worm, and I used the hashtag Marcus the Worm, and TikTok took it down because I violated their community guidelines. TikTok has demonetized some of my videos because I had alcohol, not even if I was drinking it, just if there was alcohol like in the video.
Wow.
And at least that, like, I could understand, like, they tried to take it down, and I was like, I'm over 21 and I see people drinking on here all the time. So like, that seems to me like that's not an issue. TikTok like took down a video before I was monetized because I used the hashtag summer and hashtag pool.
I was gonna say the summer one was what I was gonna think about.
Yeah, like I just the most ridiculous things, and then you try to contest it and they're like, no.
Yeah. And there's no appeals process.
It's like, I don't know who's, I don't understand who, I mean, you can, but it just doesn't go through. But I don't understand who's in charge or what AI they have that's in charge of it. But it's really frustrating when content like this is allowed on the platform. And
yeah,
especially when it's like, this isn't a fight, you know what I mean? Like this isn't like literally you did absolutely nothing wrong here. All you did was like Star Trek and then post about the fact that you liked Star Trek. And I would think someone with a profile picture that's a Star Trek character would probably be on board with that. But at the end of the day, it's probably just rage bait, and the best thing to do obviously is ignore it. But it's really difficult to do that when it's you and it's your reputation and it's your friend and it's their reputation and it's their likeness is being used in these ridiculous and disgusting AI photos. So yeah, I wish a TikTok would take more action about it.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen with mine. I actually just reached out to that account. I literally DM'd the person because I was like, what is your deal with me? Is what I said. I'm like,
can we work it out?
What did I do to upset you? Why are you targeting me? Like, what is it that I've done other than be myself on my own account that is so upsetting to you that you feel the need to like attack me and make his entire account is about me strictly. So I don't know if he'll respond, probably not, but I'm just at my wit's end. I really thought it had ended, and I was like trying to like dip my toes back into the TikTok thing, and now it's back again.
I'm just like, think about like genuinely, like, and then we'll get into the actual episode, but just think of how sad it is to not have anything or anyone else in your life.
Yeah.
That this is, you pick a random stranger on the internet who isn't problematic, who didn't do anything wrong, and you dedicate an account, which takes time and effort. It takes time and effort to run a TikTok account, guys. I know. And you use AI to make videos that, I mean, do you know what? Like, you know what I mean? That's so much effort to be an ass. Like, you know, there's ways to be an ass that take less effort. So this just feels, there's a lot of ways that take less effort. So this just feels particularly, I don't know, actually romantic. And Taylor Swift,
we just have a couple of people obsessed with us.
I think we've made it. Like,
maybe.
I think we're famous now.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Factor, one day you too will be AI Slop.
Aren't you
but
jealous?
Until
we have fan accounts is what we have. Yeah.
Until then, I have one question for both of you and also for our listeners out there. Do you know how to perform umox?
I thought you were no.
Because if you do, actually, you know what? Yeah. For the person who is making all this AI slop, Stroke my lobes. That's all I got to say about that. Stroke my lobes.
See, I can't say that about mine because he would be into it.
Yeah, he would. Yeah. See these things? You stroke my lobes. Stroke my lobes. All right. So we're talking about
pick other choice words. They're not as nice.
About episode 19.
Yeah, that's right. Factored. Oh, you want a piece of this?
Wind up. Oh, wise guy. Yeah.
Oh God, I'm like the least threatening person on earth. My boyfriend, like, whenever I try to like act tough, he'll just start laughing, and I'm like, "What's wrong with you?" And he'll be like, "All I can see." He has this photo of me. He got me this Pochita from Chainsaw Man, and he has this photo of me when he got it for me, where he like had put it on my head, and it's like a 0.5, and he's like, "This is all I see every time. Every time you try to act tough," and it always makes me laugh.
Okay, so
anyways,
switching gears.
No, I do not know how to perform what is presumably some kind of Ferengi sexual act. Ferengi sex, is this like the equivalent of like the Ponfar? That was really loud. I'm sure my roommates are like, what the hell is she talking about?
I don't think it's like straight on like actual like sex. I think it's like foreplay. It's
okay.
It's just like,
I want to Google this, but I fear that I might get answers
like
that I don't want.
An erogenous zone of Ferengi is their lobes.
All I can think about is that one episode of Friends where she's like, 7, 7, 7.
Yeah.
She's like pointing out all the
God, 7.
Is this the Ferengi equivalent to Monica teaching Chandler?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
So we're talking about the Ferengi episode, Acquisition, episode 19 of the first season of Enterprise. And before we like get into like any like plot based stuff, I mean, this episode came with a lot of fans are kind of upset about this episode because this is not supposed to be the first time that Starfleet has their first contact with the Ferengi.
What was supposed to be the first time?
Well, in universe, it's not supposed to be until TNG, specifically Captain Picard and the his time on the Stargazer would have been. I forget the name of the episode, but that is the technical first time. But actually, that's not even true either, because in Deep Space Nine, the Ferengi go to the past and they're in Roswell, Area 51, and
they're in Area 51. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that was fantastic writing. That's I haven't finished Deep Space Nine yet. That's really okay. That's really funny.
I think it's called Little Green Men or something, whatever the episode's called. But like that is technically when humans first meet Ferengi in universe because of time travel. Yeah. So their workaround with this episode of Enterprise is that they never outwardly say they are the Ferengi. We know they're the Ferengi, but Starfleet doesn't. So that's how they get out of the problems of it. Yeah.
Neelix.
Yes.
Neelix.
Yes. Ethan Phillips is guest starring as one of the Ferengi. But interestingly enough, this is the third time he has played a Ferengi in Star Trek.
Yes. TNG DS9 Enterprise.
He played, was it TNG? I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yep. The TNG episode Menage a Trois.
No, not DS9. TNG Voyager. Yeah. And sorry, I forgot about that episode. Right. False Prophets. I mean, does that really count? Because he was playing Neelix pretending to be a Ferengi.
That's true, but he was still in Ferengi makeup.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah. So, but yeah, thought that was interesting. I mean, I think he was recognizable right away. Like for those of us that know,
he's a great
Ethan
Ferengi.
Phillips,
he does a really good job. Yeah.
I think it's so interesting. Like they have so much makeup on them, but it was so easy to tell that Clint Howard was a guest star on this episode, because that Ferengi has never looked more Clint Howard-esque than that. Like it looked like all they did was put ears on him. Everything else, and granted, like Clint Howard, he had to wear like teeth prosthetics and whatever else on his face, like, but otherwise I just thought he just had big old ears and he was just Clint Howard otherwise. And I feel bad for saying that. Sorry, Clint, listener of the pod, we love you on the pod, you're great, but but the makeup was enough to serve the purpose, but still, like, you can see those actors. And another one that we get in this as a guest star that has done so many different things is Jeffrey Combs.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Everything. The man is in everything.
He's in everything. He does everything Star Trek.
Every Star Trek. Like,
he's also played another Ferengi as well. So this Ferengi he plays in this one is considerably different than the other one he plays in Deep Space Nine.
It's so funny. It's so funny. I don't know how, like, this is his legacy in Star Trek is unmatched.
Yeah,
it really is. Yeah. Yeah.
And we have this love for Jeffrey Combs on Enterprise because of his role as Shran, and we're going to get more Shran in the future, and I'm
really excited. I like Shran.
Yeah.
But it'll be a while because Starfleet Academy.
That's true. Yes. Yeah. We are going to be taking a break after this episode. We're going to pause our rewatch of Enterprise, and we're going to switch gears next week, and we'll be talking about Starfleet Academy
for
the next 10 weeks.
I have never been more excited for a Star Trek show than I am about Starfleet Academy. Now, granted, there's only a handful that have come out in my lifetime, but God, I'm so excited. I am so excited. Like, and it's coming out while I'm in college. Guys, yeah, I told I'm watching it at 3 a.m. when it comes out. My time.
Dang.
I'm really excited.
Yeah,
I'm taking this very seriously. Like, I'm there. I'm sat.
I get it. That's what I was doing when The Mandalorian was coming out. Every episode, I was there at the second it dropped, and I had to watch.
I mean, I'm not going to watch every episode at 3 a.m. because I do have a class at 11 a.m. But I will be watching probably on Thursday nights. That will be my routine. But I'm just really excited.
Is your class on Thursdays with your physics teacher?
No, I have quantum with him this semester. Yeah.
She's going to quantum leap.
I have quantum, thermo, math method. Math methods is 1 Tuesday, Thursday, and then chem. Those are my classes this semester. Yeah. The chem is just for fun, though. I don't actually need it for my major. But I think it will be helpful. I've never heard
anybody say that before in my life.
No, I actually am really excited about it, and I think it will be helpful.
That's the name of this episode. The chem is just for fun.
That's funny.
Let's see my notes here. I thought this episode was really interesting in how it didn't even provide subtitles for the Ferengi until they start just talking English based on the translator, which doesn't happen until like 12 minutes into the episode.
I thought it was broken. Like, I was like, what? I thought my Paramount Plus was broken. I was drying my hair, so like I couldn't hear, so I was like relying on the subtitles, and it just kept saying speaking Ferengi.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I finally just gave up, and I was like, well, if they're just speaking Ferengi, I guess it doesn't matter. So I watched this episode with just the sound of my hairdryer for like 30 minutes before they started speaking English. Just watch it in silence.
Did you like that choice that was made there in that regard, where they?
No, because it feels like this is awful, but it kind of feels like a waste of time for the actors to learn how to speak the lines in Ferengi. If it's like, because like most Star Trek fans or like viewers are not going to take the time to go learn what they were saying. So I think it works sometimes when you're like implying based on context, but the subtitles, I actually like when they speak in the alien languages because I think it makes it much more realistic. So I actually enjoy that. But because it doesn't make sense that Klingons would be speaking English on a Klingon ship. Like, you know what I mean? Like I appreciate when they do that. However, I do, it just felt like a weird choice if you weren't going to translate, because then it's like, okay, well then no one knows what's happening. I mean, you can infer again from like the acting and stuff, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just something about being able to understand the words being spoken. So
I have some production notes about their Ferengi language.
Yes.
So this was on Wikipedia. It said the writers of Acquisition, Maria and Andre Jacquemetton, I don't know if that's how you really say it, but I'm going to say it that way, developed a spoken language for the alien race known as the Ferengi. Although they had been seen before on screen in previous incarnations of Star Trek, including throughout Star Trek Deep Space Nine, a spoken language had not yet been developed.
Wow.
So the pair wrote the dialogue initially in English before translating it into French and then breaking it down into syllables. And they described it as being fun to write. And they had intended for the Ferengi throughout the episode to speak their new language, but it was reduced to only the first act. And this was actually the third episode written by the duo. They also wrote Breaking the Ice, which was also in season 1, and Dear Doctor, which we lovingly remember, because that's the one that good old John Billingsley, no dirty forceps.
No dirty forceps.
Wished you a happy birthday.
That was just so cool. I think about that all the time. That was so cool. I rewatched that video a lot. That was awesome.
So I thought that was kind of, I always find that fascinating, like how they come up with these fake languages. I think that's really cool.
It's really, really interesting. It really is. Yeah. Yeah.
We get to hear a fair amount of rules of acquisition in this episode. And this is, I mean, every time the Ferengi are on screen in any Star Trek show, we get like one or two rules of acquisition quoted to us. And over the course of
exploitation begins at home. Like,
is that your favorite one?
I don't know. It's the one I hear in my head. I just from Voyager, from False Prophets.
Okay. Do you know what rule number that one is? Just out of curiosity.
8.
Okay, so rule 8, that's one of your favorites. I posed this to...
I don't know what it is. That's not my favorite. It's just the one that I like. It just stuck in my head a lot.
Okay.
The way he said it.
Actor, you picked out one of your favorite rules. Do you recall what that one was?
Yes, number 3. Never pay more for an acquisition than you have to.
For those that don't know, Vactor is the king of discounts. He will find... He just knows, like he's got like T-Mobile Tuesdays. He knows where to go to get all the deals.
Wait, I get T-Mobile Tuesdays too. I made my parents drive like an hour to go pick me up a pink blanket one time.
Yes. So that rule of acquisition is so perfectly chosen by Vactor that it's like nailed it.
Favorite one, not the one that gets stuck in my head all the time, but my favorite one is rule number 217. You can't free a fish from water. That's very poetic to me. Now I don't know the context, because from Deep Space Nine, but you can't free a fish from water is just there's something very, you can't.
Okay.
Because it would die. So
yeah, I like that. Okay, mine's funny and also very true. Rule 94. Emails and finances don't mix. I forgot we had a female co-host on this. So no, but in reality,
you know what?
As a 42-year-old man who is in the dating scene and has child support to pay and things like that, females and finances don't mix. And a Lego obsession.
Funny. My dad just bought me like a ton of books on like independent finance, and like we've had a lot of discussions about like financial dependence and like why education is important and all these other things. They've been like, that was kind of our project over break, was my parents kind of starting me on this process of being I'm making it sound like they sat me down like, okay, we're done, so you're on your own now. But like that's not what happened. But they're like, good luck. But definitely starting that like here's how you do this, and this is what this means, and this is what
they're the best.
Interesting rule to choose. Shoff.
Yeah,
this female is gonna run her own finances.
See, there you go. IND.
Another thing to say.
I don't know how to pronounce it or spell it, whatever.
Side note, but the Ferengi it's been a very prominent trait of the Ferengi species that women have no rights, and it's illegal for women to wear clothes, etc. I am curious if Starfleet Academy will address that at all. We've already seen just from previews how a lot of other species have changed and grown and developed. I am very curious if maybe the Ferengi would have grown a little bit and maybe changed their ways. It would be really nice to, see the Ferengi society now and like the women are in charge, or there just are women that are in leadership positions and haven't been reduced to a body.
Yeah. That's a good question. I wonder the same thing. Yeah.
I'm curious. We'll find out.
1,000 years have passed since like the days of Deep Space Nine or whatever. So who knows? Yeah. Plenty of time for things to go down. Yeah. People who are so like butthurt about the female Jem'Hadar character in Starfleet Academy, and that she's got a UK accent. Gosh.
I'm so sorry. No one is allowed to complain about accents in Star Trek unless the first thing you're complaining about is the fact that the French Jean-Luc Picard had a British accent. That's where you need to start. If you're going to complain about that, then you can complain about them all. If you're not going to complain about that, shut up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, this is the universal translators. Like, this is the least problematic thing ever in Star Trek. Like, it doesn't matter.
Well, and the funny thing is, like,
she's an alien. Who cares?
Just because it sounds like a UK accent doesn't mean it's from the UK. She's not from the UK. Like, what's to say that 1,000 years have passed and the Jem'Hadar haven't like adopted a dialect that leans towards a British sounding tone, like,
or just like the way the universal translator picks it up.
She spent some time in London. No, it's like, it doesn't have to be that. Just because it sounds UK doesn't mean he's like applying our own sensibilities to something happening in the I'm sorry, the 31st, 32nd century. Like, that's ridiculous to me.
I just think, like, what's the alternative? You want all the actors to be American in Star Trek? Because Star Trek
sound like they're from California.
Because Star Trek is right. Like, what? Like, you understand how ridiculous that sounds? Like, you're looking at a show that's all about
tubes.
infinite diversity in infinite combinations, and you're going to throw a hissy fit when someone has a British accent?
Right.
Did you watch the show like blindfolded with noise-canceling headphones on? Like, genuine question. Like, is that how you watch Star Trek? And this pisses me off so much.
Star Trek.
I think I'm just
Star Trek.
Pisses me off so much. Like, I'm making these skits, but they're not skits. Like on TikTok. Like, it's just genuinely how I feel. Like this, it makes me so mad. Like, why are you getting so emotional and throwing this? Like, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. Like, that's what really gets me. Like, you don't have to like every Star Trek that comes out. Not every Star Trek is going to be for you. But again, infinite diversity, infinite combinations. There should be Star Trek for everyone. Does that make sense? Like, not all Star Trek has to be for you, but there should be Star Trek for everyone. Which means the Star Trek coming out for college kids, I'm super excited about, because guess what? I'm in college. Like, why do people have such a hard time understanding that? I feel like that's a really simple, like, A plus B equals C, A equals C, or A equals B, B equals C, A equals C, you know?
Yeah. They're like, I'm worried it's going to be too much like Beverly Hills 90210. I'm like,
so don't watch it.
Probably will be like that. Yes, because they're teenagers.
It's you for years. All I've seen on social media, we should really have a Starfleet Academy show. They should make a Starfleet Academy show. It'd be really great if they made a Starfleet Academy show. And I was like, yes, I agree. I'm in. That's what I want to see. And then like, hey, Starfleet Academy, it's about the students at Starfleet Academy. It's the college. They're in college. It's just going to be a college show.
Yeah, they're just going to have like hormones and stuff.
Serious, genuine question. Does everyone IQs drop to a single digit number? Like when show announcements are released? Like, I'm genuinely like, this is a phenomenon that should be studied. Like, what is happening in your mind where you're like, oh yeah, this is a show about college age kids. Oh, it's going to be about college. What do you think Starfleet Academy is? Like, I really want to know. Because once again, if you're like, this looks like it might be a little like rom-com-y and that might not really be my thing. Okay, cool. You see how easy that was?
Not my Star Trek. Not my Star Trek.
I really like my blood pressure's rising. Like,
I know. I kind of love this. A lot. This energy is just like fire.
You know, if you love this show, you should check out Linda's TikTok, because there was a waiter recently that you will love to hear this story.
I remember this.
My mom. Oh my God. We were okay. Just recap for the Trekno. We're at this like pretty nice Italian place that we go to pretty often. Like, my parents go more frequently than I do, obviously, because they're home. I'm here half the time, but and we've always had really great service there. We had a waiter we'd never had before. He's an older guy, and from right off the bat, like, he was just very. First of all, there were 7 of us, so it's not like there were 19 of us, right? And it was like this really large, like, that we fit in like a normal sized restaurant round table. And he came over and like gave us our menus and left. And then he comes back a little bit later and he's like, he says, did you look over the menu? And like his whole like just attitude from the beginning. And my mom was like, and first of all, every time we've been there, they've told us the specials. Like, this is not a new thing. Like, every time we've been there, they're like, oh, here are the specials. My mom's like, yeah, what are the specials? They're in the menu. You can just read it. Can you read? My mom was like,
did this person really say, can you read?
And then he went to go open the menu he's like, look, if you open it, you can read. And mom was like, oh, no, I'm good. My mother, who has 3 graduate degrees, by the way, was a PharmD.
Is gratuity automatically included at this restaurant?
Okay, so like halfway through, first he didn't come back for, we literally had to flag him down or flag someone else down every single time. Like, he just wouldn't come back to our table. Like, he was going to tables around us. It's not like the restaurant was packed. There were like who was calling me? It's probably Subaru again. They were like, no, this is an ongoing thing. They like to call me at 8:30 or 9:30 at night to tell me about this exciting new promotion that they have. So that's been fun. But anyways, so
hold on.
So my dad, like halfway through,
that's kind of call me
again. My dad, like halfway through is like, wait, hold on. My dad halfway through calls over the manager because he's walking by and he's like, hey, are you the manager? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, the service tonight has been awful. This guy sucks. He's bad. He's been real. He didn't say it like that. He was like, this guy has been really bad. He was really rude to my wife. He hasn't come over once. Like, we've had to flag. And we're not a family that like is constantly like yeah, it's been taking you 30 seconds to get our water. We need a manager. Like, that's not us, but like this was just, it was really truly awful. Like he was so rude, and then he didn't come back after that. So but anyways, we're sitting there and I'm having a drink, and I was like, you know, it would be so funny if I made a TikTok about this. My mom was like, you should, that would be really funny. So then the next day, I waited until the next day, and then I made it the TikTok. But yeah, and she was like laughing next to me in the car while I was making the TikTok. She's like, "Oh, you just talked to yourself?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, that's yeah, it's not as exciting." It's so lame. Like if someone were watching me make it, it's the most awkward thing because like it's literally like it's literally like, "Hi." The second part. It's the most awkward. Wait, no, I'm putting my glasses on. It's the most awkward. Like my glasses are all crooked. But anyways, yes, I've been having a lot of fun with the skits recently. It's been a lot of fun. Maybe I should throw in an enterprise one somewhere in there.
You've been doing great with the skits. You really
have.
Thanks. It's like, who needs trending audio when you've got your own skits that you're making?
And the first one that really kind of took off that inspired this was, I got over 500,000 views on this one about Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I had this moment today in the car. I'm driving back to school, and I was like, over 500,000 people have watched me talk to myself about a guy in his underwear and a talking cat. And there's something very humbling about that realization. Like, you're like, oh yeah, I'm doing so well. Like, look, I'm getting the followers up and the like count up, and you're like, huh. On the other hand, so I'm glad you're enjoying them though. It's been a lot of fun. I recommend it.
It's been fun. Another thing that's been fun, this episode of Enterprise. I actually think this is one of my favorites of the season so far.
It's been really good. I think I like seeing the Ferengi. I thought it was fun. I thought it was good. I thought that the cast members seemed to be having a lot of fun getting to play getting to play their characters deceiving, and like playing games with the Ferengi. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very well done.
Factor.
I also had fun with this episode. It's funny to see the exact opposite reaction when I was checking online. In a 2022 rewatch, Keith DiCandido of Tor.com gave it a 1 out of 10, and he wrote, "To call this episode a trash fire is being incredibly mean and unfair to hot flaming garbage." The opposite reaction. I thought this episode was a lot of fun.
Well, we've already discussed this. Every single episode is the worst episode of Enterprise ever made. Every single episode of Enterprise is the worst episode of Star Trek ever made. Every single one. So can't take that at face value at all. Yeah, unfortunately.
All three of the Ferengi actors, I had fun just following them around and their hijinks.
They were awesome. Yeah.
The humor of talking about the person when they're awake, but they're pretending they're asleep, and like that whole thing, that joke was funny to me every single time. So
it was funny.
I had a great time with this episode. I had a lot of fun.
I thought it was great that there was kind of like a reversal on the sexuality of the episode, that Trip was forced to be in his undies for essentially half the episode.
Yeah.
So like he's running around and bulging everywhere. And
I mean, the decom chamber, he's been there before.
Yeah. He was like laying on the floor.
Just turns down the volume on my headphones here.
But yeah, it was good. It was good that he finally had to take one for the team, because T'Pol has been carrying that load for the entire season so far.
Let's be real. Even when T'Pol is in her normal uniform, she's still dressed like 7 of 9. So
there was one moment in this episode where the Ferengi was like hovering over T'Pol while she was out, and he had both hands like this. And like, I'm like, what's he about to grab? Like, and then thankfully he like went to her ears, but like there was like a moment where he was like hovering right above her chest. Like, I'm like, get out of there. Is this another Berman Braga?
Like, gee, I wonder.
The story was.
So, yep. My favorite Trip quip of the day is, "Sorry, fellas, bank must be closed today." In regards to the vault that they had outsmarted the Ferengi. I loved the ways that they like manipulated each of the Ferengi and taking advantage of their greed or the power struggle. It was just very well done on all of their parts. It shows how they were so limited in what they could do, and they had such a small crew that was awake that could help out. The funniest thing that I think that the Ferengi took was the chair from Travis. They took the chair out from underneath him.
This episode was just good. It was just funny. I really just enjoyed it a lot.
Dismantling the set. Oh my gosh, I was laughing. I was like, look at the whole freaking thing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Shoot. So
it's so funny. My mom and I were just talking today about a story that my grandfather had told us. And so grandfather lived in a small town. There was a bar right across from the bank. And one day someone comes in and is like, you guys got to come out here and watch this. I guess a couple who did not have a lot, the bank had screwed them over and owed them a lot of money. And the bank kind of dismissed it. So like, you don't have anything to sue us. You're not going to. Well, they did. And the judge ordered that the bank had to pay them back. But in order to pay them back, that they could reclaim furniture and sell it. So all of a sudden these people just like came in to the bank and were just like taking the desks people were writing on and like the chairs they were sitting on and like just removing furniture. And the manager was pissed and like, no, look, we have an order from the judge. We can take all of your furniture. And I thought that was funny because we had just been discussing this story earlier. So yeah,
that is funny. I love that.
Right.
They put the best Whittle boy in the galaxy in a crate.
Oh.
Poor Porthos. He spent half the episode in a crate. Not cool.
He's just a baby.
Yeah, just a little baby.
Yeah, he's just a baby. Just a baby.
That's all I got for notes. I thought this was just a great episode all around. I think they did a good job of keeping the canon intact by not formally introducing them to the Ferengi.
Also, there's a difference between like what this was and like First Contact. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. And based on, I'm pretty sure we don't see the Ferengi again in this series, which would make sense because I don't think you can really do that twice without kind of getting into problems. But if anything, it was nice to have that moment in this episode. We still have, I want to say 6 more episodes of season 1 that we will come back to after Starfleet Academy ends its first season. But man, I'm excited for next week. It's going to be fun.
I'm so excited. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm actually counting down the hours now until Starfleet Academy, and I'm expecting something in the mail.
I wonder what that is. I have no idea.
I hope it gets to me. I've been very anxious lately that I've been very nervous that I either like didn't do it right or put in the wrong address or whatever. But it's the likelihood that it's sitting somewhere in the mailroom right now and just hasn't made its way over to me yet is very high, considering I got back to school about 3 hours ago.
Well, my hope is that by next week, when we sit down to record our thoughts of the first episode of Starfleet Academy,
I will be wearing new Starfleet Academy merch. Does that give a hint?
You said it, not me.
Spoilers.
Oops.
Does anybody have anything they want to update our listeners on before we end our episode today? Captain Vactor, anything you want to plug, promote?
I am talking about comic books over at This Comic Cooks on YouTube and TikTok. And for my lovely YouTube viewers, I put out a review of a new comic book called Athanasia, one of the best comics of last year. And I did an interview with one of the best visual designers of our time. He's worked on so many movies, so many video games, and he put out a new comic. And so I've got a interview coming on my YouTube channel. So check out This Comic Cooks on YouTube and TikTok for my little short.
Yeah. Captain Linda, what about you? What you got going on?
Well, first, I'd just like take a moment and say that if I was actually bullying and harassing you, Star Trek AI Fetish Count, that I would shout you out now and let everyone know to go get your account banned. But see that I'm not doing that.
And she'd wind up.
Yeah.
So if you want to see bullying and harassment, let me know, because that's what I would do. But I'm not doing that. Don't bully people. Don't harass them, no matter how disgusting the content that they make is. No matter if they're horrible people, you still shouldn't bully and harass them. Anyways, you can find me and my skits and quality comedy content on TikTok. On TikTok at Linda Pages. You can also find me on It's been a long day. On the transporter room and Instagram at Linda Pages as well. So,
thanks.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Yes, I wanted to share my progress on my Lego Star Trek Enterprise D because I'm trying to instigate as much possible AI slop as possible here. So here we go. This is where the thing is so heavy. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Wait.
Nice.
This that thing is
so awesome.
Huge.
Dang.
Huge. Coming along.
Still
got the back part of the saucer section to do, but
oh my goodness.
Oh, I love this thing.
Yeah, so very nice, Shaw. Very nice.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Like it.
And I didn't drop it, so I win.
Oh, that would have been. Ooh.
I probably would have just left the call, honestly. That would really, like, I mean.
Yeah, that I would have been distraught. I would have been in tears.
I would have pretended that my Wi-Fi cut out, and then I would have checked on you later and made sure you're okay. And probably like Uber Eats you ice cream because.
Yeah,
or like alcohol.
I don't know. I might have taken my own life by that point. So,
ooh.
Yikes.
All right, folks.
All right.
With that, thank you so much for being a kind and generous listener with your time and your energy. We appreciate you all so much. We've been loving
that's our new thing.
All. The wind up is my favorite. Oh, I love that. The wind up and then the boom. I think we just figured out our closer right there.
God, one of these days I'm gonna like smack that on my camera.
But yeah, we really appreciate you guys so much. We've been really enjoying the past 19 weeks of Enterprise, and we cannot wait to begin the next 10 weeks of Starfleet Academy. Until next week, we hope you will live long and prosper.